And today on the 411, just moments ago, the National Weather Service has confirmed an EF3 tornado with winds up to 140 miles an hour touched down in Deer Park and Pasadena. This brand new drone video giving you a better look at the damage left behind.
And this new video we received just in the past 30 minutes shows just what it was like as the storm hit the Deer Park area. This video coming from the city of Deer Park and features surveillance footage.
The very fact that the tornado, for example, came through, let's say between 2 and 4, and no one was seriously injured, it's just miraculous.
And we're also hearing from leaders and experts, getting you answers to help you rebuild after the storm.
And we have team coverage this afternoon. Our reporters are spread out across your neighborhoods, getting a first-hand look at the destruction and helping you move forward.
First, here's a live look from Air 11. You can really see the magnitude of destruction firsthand after the storm. And our chief meteorologist, David Paul, is on the ground in Pasadena. He's been out there with surveyors from the National Weather Service all day.
Dave, you forecasted the storm, then you watched it all unfold yesterday. What's it like to see the damage in person now?
We're in the Parkgate neighborhood in Pasadena. We're just 1 block north of Pasadena Memorial High School. This neighborhood has been hit hard by the tornado that moved through here yesterday. And, you know, coming out here, when you see these radar displays and all the colors and the reds and the oranges and yellows, and I know I've been taught what that means. It means you've got a tornadic thunderstorm or a tornado on the ground, and you estimate the strength. And so driving into the neighborhood earlier today, you know, I saw the damage. This house is missing some shingles. That's EF0. You know, there's some shingles missing in a roof section. That's EF1. I know what that's supposed to look like. We studied it. It's what I've been taught. But coming here today, after covering it and watching the radar displays on TV, what has hit me is that this is traumatic. This is a traumatic event, and the people in Parkgate have been through a lot. Jordan, this is your house behind us, and you've suffered a lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
Were you here when the storm hit, or were you out?
No, I was working at the school with actually these students working on our show that we're producing in February.
So these are Jordan's kids. Jordan is the event coordinator, yes, San Jacinto College Theater. Yes. And these kids have come in to help you clean up, and they've done a whole lot of work today. This has got to be making you feel a whole lot better.
Oh yes, definitely. From where it was at yesterday to now, it makes me have a little bit more hope in getting stuff done, making sure we're back to normal.
You guys are awesome, by the way. Give yourselves a round of applause because you've come out to help, and you've done a lot of work. You're wearing gloves. Why come out here and help this guy?
Well, to be honest, at the end of the day, life is the most important thing, and so for us, it's just helping out another. And so we just wanted to come by and help. We know he does a lot for us, so we just want to return the favor for everything.
Yeah. You guys are incredible. Thank you for coming out and helping Jordan. I've been through something similar to this before, and I know how you're in shock.
Oh yeah.
And having kids come out and help like this it just not just makes your day, but it just restores your faith in everything.
Oh yes, definitely. Like I mean, it just makes me want to go back to work and make sure that we pass more passion through students, and maybe they can do the same thing for people further on.
Jordan, thank you for talking to us. Your kids are awesome. Way to go. More work to do. And so that's
healthy, making sure everyone's healthy, and remembering that we still have a Lord that intercedes for us, and we're here to intercede for each other.
So that's what's happening out here, is that the neighbors are just around helping each other out. Skies have cleared. It's going to get cold tonight. We're going to check on the weather here in just a little bit. Guys, I'll send it back to you for now.
Yeah, David Paul, really disaster brings people together, and it's great to see that people helping out neighbors and even strangers helping out strangers. Good to see. So here's the latest info coming down from the National Weather Service this morning. The Weather Service split up into 3 ground survey teams and 1 aerial to cover a large area, and they just confirmed what arguably caused the most damage. This one cell that prompted a tornado emergency yesterday afternoon. It has now been graded as an EF3 tornado with maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. This tornado was on the ground for 18 miles, and at its largest size, it was over a half-mile wide. caused a lot of damage there. One injury. Thankfully, there wasn't more and there were no fatalities. So here's how we grade tornadoes. It's on the enhanced Fujita scale. When you get to EF3, you see winds anywhere from 136 to 165. And that damage that was seen out in that area was consistent with an EF3 tornado. We had numerous tornado warnings yesterday, 8 of them with 4 tornado reports. Weather Service is out surveying all the damage reported from all of these. And on top of that, severe thunderstorm warnings numbered up to 10, with 11 wind damage reports too, mostly along the coast. We're all done with the severe weather. We've got a quiet, tranquil next few days. We'll talk about that, but another storm threat lurks ahead for the weekend. I'll detail that in just a few minutes. Ron, Reka?
All right, thank you so much, Tim. People in Pasadena say it's a miracle no one was seriously injured or killed yesterday.
It really was. The city began to assess damage today while setting up a second emergency shelter after the first one was filling up yesterday. Jason Miles, live from a church that was destroyed by the storm, has more on this now. Jason, how do things look there?
Well, take a look, guys. Mouth of God Ministries just moved into the building behind me in February of 2022. Now they're dealing with all of this less than a full year later. It's the kind of damage we're seeing in many parts of Pasadena. Take a look. We got drone 11 up over the church earlier this afternoon. Most of the roof is gone. The walls caved in. There's an overturned RV meantime and damaged cars nearby, along with lots of homes with structural damage. Debris and sheet metal are stuck in trees and strewn all over the place. City officials saying utility restoration and making sure people have a place to stay are among their priorities. Mayor Jeff Wagner telling me earlier that he can only recall a very minor twister in this city about 3 decades ago.
I think I'm gonna step out and say we never had a tornado like this in Pasadena with this much damage. So, I mean, it's something that we don't want. We have it, and we'll deal with it.
And take a look at this. This is interesting. A side-by-side comparison of a home in their Fairmont Estates neighborhood before and after the storm. We met a couple this morning who huddled in a bathroom inside that home with their dogs to try and avoid injury. Most of their home was gone when they walked out of the bathroom, not a scratch on any of them. Hear more from them coming up at 5 o'clock and what the pastor of this church has to say about moving forward. Meantime, the Salvation Army, even Academy Sports and Outdoors handed out some supplies to Pasadena residents earlier today. And you mentioned a second shelter is being sought out after the first emergency shelter filled up completely. That's it for now from Pasadena. Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of help for quite a while now. Thank you so much, Jason. Governor Abbott is asking all Texans impacted by the tornadoes and severe storms to report property damage. You can do that through the Texas Division of Emergency Management's ISTAT Damage Survey online. Our Adam Bennett in Austin today asked Governor Abbott about what help the state is providing. He told us the chief of Texas Emergency Management is in Deer Park today, working with local officials and offering resources.
For example, one thing we have there is Texas Task Force 1. They are going door to door to make sure that structures are safe and to determine whether or not there is anybody in those structures. They also are working to assist anybody who needs help in any way.
Governor Abbott said he has also spoken with the mayor of Deer Park and offered help. Take a look, all new video. The National Weather Service says at least an EF3 ripped through Deer Park, shredding businesses and many homes. The hardest hit area right in the center of Deer Park. Marcelino Benito live in Deer Park this afternoon with the recovery efforts there. Marcelino.
Well, Ron, the damage is extensive here along Center Street. This is literally the heart of Deer Park, and it looks like multiple bombs went off here. And believe it or not, there were folks inside many of the buildings you see behind me. And fortunately, no one was seriously injured or killed. I want to get to some video we received just a few minutes ago from the city of Deer Park. You played it right off the top of this newscast. It actually shows this storm system rolling through the city. It's captured from their cameras at the community center as the tornado rolled through. You see how intense that rain and how powerful those winds were. These city structures suffered relatively minor damage, so just imagine how much worse it was in some of the harder hit areas. I want to get you to drone 11 video now. It flew over this scene earlier today, and it gives us just an unreal look at the destruction. Gaping holes in the roofs of many of these buildings, a lot of roofs completely gone. Big white stones litter up and down Center Street, massive AC units tossed around like toys, mangled metal wrapped around poles. Folks we talked to say the tornado hit seconds after receiving the alert on their phones. It was over in minutes, and when they walked out, entire blocks of their city were completely destroyed.
I thought we had it bad, and then I came out here and I'm walking through our neighborhood, and it's the most gut-wrenching thing I've ever seen. It's going to take years maybe, to get everything back up and going the way it was just 2 days ago.
A lot of the businesses here are boarded up, lots of light poles still down, and that's leaving a lot of Deer Park residents in the dark. Many of the homes impacted are completely unlivable, but folks are stepping up to help one another to get back on their feet. Now, coming up at 5, you're going to hear from a man I spoke with earlier today. He was huddled in his apartment with his wife and his 2 babies when that tornado ripped on through. He literally watched the tornado come on by as it ripped off his roof. You're going to hear his story, and we're going to take you inside his apartment when I see you guys at the top of the hour.